because of me. You have a video to put out tomorrow. First of all, no. I was going to film this video into
I spy with my little eye. A girly I can get cause she don't get too many likes. A curly-headed cutie I could turn into my wife. Wait, that means forever, ever, hold up, never mind.
Target, if you're watching this, give us a sponsorship. We're rocking your men's department
literally.
t-shirts.
And the cups are from Target.
Oh my god, Target.
Like,
hello? Can you please sponsor my next video?
I live in Target.
She really does. Can you watch my vlogs? We're always at Target, so
really,
we can take some gift cards. My email will be in the description box. Okay, so I have Sylvia bought us matching mugs. Show them. She's an Aries. I'm a Virgo. Mine says I'm observant and a warrior. Did not go to Target and read it.
Mine says ambitious and rebellious.
What do you have in yours?
I have orange juice.
I have ice cream. You guys know that I said if I were to post a video this weekend, it would be about how stressed I am. Sylvia actually I had a meltdown. Sylvia's had a meltdown, so it was just like fitting that we both share our meltdown experiences. Tell me your major. I don't think you ever introduced yourself on the channel. You're just there.
Okay. Okay. I'm Sylvia, and I was a bio major here at BSC. I'm changing my major, don't know what yet, so now I guess it's undecided. But I'm doing pre-health with the hopes of going to medical school. So.
What made you want to change majors?
Okay, so we've mentioned breakdowns. I've had an ample amount of them. Our last semester was particularly rough. Cellular molecular biology is like the big 80% reason as to why I'm getting out of biology right now.
That class leads you to breakdown.
So my first semester, our professor decided that they were gonna make the exams really hard. The class is called a weed out class, specifically to make students want to drop out of the career field, which I find really mean. Kids were doing terrible on these exams, and it was like 50% of the class passed and 50% failed the first go around. Second round, more people failed than passed. And then the third go around, he completely took laptops out of the class. Like no laptops, whatever. And then if you're a college student, you know that you rely on your laptop or your iPad or whatever you take notes on. Because I don't know about you, but I can't write in my outline minute with my hand. And so that was kind of the game changer for me. And now I'm in some like again.
I'm about to fail statistics class. If anyone has taken statistics, is taking statistics, past statistics, comment below. Tell me how you got through it. Some study suggestions because I need them. But whatever, the point. So the class, what was that? The class has 4 tests before the final, and our 4 tests are worth, 4 tests including the final, and those 4 tests are 50%, 55% of our grade. Statistics is hard, it's kicking my butt. On my last video, academic based video, I was saying how math is a language for which I do not speak fluently. It is still a language for which I just do not speak fluently. I may never speak this language fluently. I have like maximized all my opportunities. I go to tutorial, contact my professor, I go to her office hours, like I prepare for our exams. I take a lot more notes in class now, and it's just like, it was so point where like nothing was helping me. It was like I was preparing for the test and then I still failed the test. Like I went to tutorial and I still failed. And so the last time I spoke with my professor, she was just like, well, you can't really rely on your tutors all the time. And then I was just like, what are they there for? Like, in my head, I was just like, I can't rely on the tutor. The tutor is supposed to help me. It's who I'm supposed to rely on. And so that right there, like, I just really broke down from that because it was just like, me personally, I felt like I was doing everything I could do. And for her to say that, like, that wasn't enough, it was just like, so I'm hopeless. Like, the last resort I have is to pass my next 2 tests, but if I can't pass these tests, like, how am I supposed to pass the other tests? And so I was just like, in my head, I was just like, there's no way I'm getting to my dream school now. Like, that's like the first thing I thought about when I thought about potentially failing this class is that I can't reach my next goal in life. And that in itself was scary for me to realize or to think about. And so I cried. As soon as I left my teacher's office, my professor's office, I called my mom, and I was crying. And that was the first time I've cried in my college career.
I think one of the biggest things that you need to realize in college is like you need to prepare that it's going to make you second guess what you want to do in life. And in my case, it's made me second guess being a doctor. Don't necessarily let them change, like put you in that mindset, and like try to fight your way through it before actually going into a whole nother field. Because I said I was changing my major, but I am changing my major, but I'm still sticking to pre-health.
Our school is just so hard, and it was just like when I started to feel the pressure of how hard the school actually was and how hard college actually was, it was just like, I cannot do this. And then another thing that made it really hard for me is that I grew up the only child, and so like when I cry, like I can go be alone. There's nobody watching me cry. But in college, there's always someone everywhere. You go to the cow, millions of people. You go to the buildings, millions of people. Like there's always someone. It's like you're trying to have an alone moment and like get your thoughts together, and there's always people there talking, being loud on their phone, whatever. It was just like hard to cope with that. When I was talking to my mom, like I said, I got on the phone with my mom, and she was like, "It's okay to like have your moment right now, but you still have to get the job done. If you know that your mission is to pass the class, then you can let all of this anger and all this frustration out right now on the phone with me. But after this phone call, you need to get it together." And so after that, I immediately started sending out emails. I emailed the math department chair because my parents recommended I do. I emailed the person over the tutorial services. I emailed the director of, the person who was over the tutorial services actually forwarded my email to the person who was over the art center, which is another center of tutorials here. And that director, her name is, okay, no, I can't say her name. But that director actually got in contact with me and pulled me aside and was just like a saving grace for me. She actually told me all of the steps I needed to go from here. She was like, "This is actually what you need to ask your professor right now. After you ask your professor this, then you need to do this. I'm going to get you a whole new tutor who specializes in statistics. Y'all going to meet these days." I gave her my schedule, and she was like, "Well, y'all going to meet 3 times a week on these days. You're going to go over this at this time." And she like walked me through everything. And then that just like brought me out of the dump completely. Like y'all don't even understand. Like it was like the day when I broke down. I think it was like Thursday? I think it was because I go to her class. So it was Wednesday. I go to class on Mondays and Wednesdays. It was like everybody that I walked past was asking me what's wrong. For like, since that class, like when I went to the professor, I go to class at 3:30. So after 3:30, like the rest of the day, everybody was like, "There's something wrong," because like it was like all over my face. I was just
know when something's wrong because
down. Like I was like. I was just freaking out. Like I'm not gonna get into my dream school. Like there's just no way I'm gonna get accepted to a hard school to get into already.
Right.
Failing a course. It was just like, and then it was like, I'm a business major, you guys know that, and so my next step is taking accounting. It was like, if I can't get through statistics, how am I about to get through accounting class?
Yeah. That's how it is with biology too. It's like everybody tells you once you say you can't do biology and you want to go into the med field, they're like, "Well, you can't be a doctor." And that, like, even though on 2 different like ends of the spectrum of biology and business majors and all the majors, you know, we actually relate more than I thought.
Like, and then you guys, just top it all off. Friday night, I lost my ID. I didn't lose it. Somebody walked off. Somebody walked off with my student ID card. And if you follow me on Instagram, you probably have already heard about this news. But somebody walked off with my student ID card, and that set everything off. Like I started crying all over again. It got so bad that my grandmother, shout out to you if you're watching this, grandma, sent me a prayer and text message and called me to pray for me because that's how sad I was. It's $30 for an ID card.
Yeah, I've had to pay that $30.
And so
never found that card.
We both have to study. You have to study tomorrow.
Yeah. I'm not failing this class for a second time. So recently on social media, I went into like panic mode. My college had made me really want to quit my career goal and rethink things. That put me into like one of the biggest mental breakdowns I've had in a while. But then I was like, you know what, despite this school, I'm gonna become a doctor, and one day I'm gonna be Dr. Davis. It's kind of actually lit a fire in me because now I really want to prove them wrong. I was sad, and then I was really angry, and I'm kind of like channeling all that anger into something good, and I'm channeling it into, you know, studying. And honestly, I want to say I love college because it made me want to fight against them. Also, be like Kazia, because, you know, I have not done any tutoring. Go to tutoring. Email all the professors.
Use your opportunity, your resources is what I'm trying to say.
And go to class.
Depression can literally not make you get out of bed sometimes. Like for me, it was like when I was breaking down 2 days ago, it was like so hard for me to not get into depression. Like I never actually got into the stage of it. It was just like, Kazia, email them, go to the meeting, get to class. You know, it was like me actively trying to get myself back to my normal spirits. But you had a different experience, so.
It took a while to really admit it, but first semester I was depressed. I actually did stop going to classes. My grade in one of my classes suffered because my absences counted. Because of my absences, I went from a B to a D and barely passed that class. I had no motivation to do my homework. I had no motivation to get out of bed. And I've always had poor attendance anyway, so college, when it's optional, I didn't move. Having Kazia here helped a lot. With our January term,
Oh yeah,
we did everything. And
Birmingham knows about us.
Right. And we lifted, like my spirits were lifted, and I kicked into another mode.
I ran for SGA freshman year.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is freshman year, but last semester.
Yeah, first semester of freshman year.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was like, see, so that was another moment for me that it was like really easy to like fall into depression, but I knew that I could not be depressed if I wanted to run for SGA again, because depression can make you go into your own bubble. But for me, I needed to meet new people, so I couldn't fall into this bubble if I'm still trying to be elected. And so I think that's like what I have to keep reminding myself when I do get sad, is because I'm a part of a lot of organizations on campus, one of them being STEM Entrepreneurial Scholars, and I cannot allow myself to be distant and fall back in the business department if I'm trying to excel in this honor society of business. So like that keeps me grounded. That keeps me grounded. And then also Sylvia, like Sylvia was saying, like, because she's like, Sylvia literally texted me at 3 o'clock in the morning one time to go walk around the lake with her. And so like stuff like that, it's like she needs it, but I also need it too. And I don't know if you realize, but like when I'm helping her, it's like also helping me, because like that walk was still stress relieving for me. Signing off, I'm Kazia Taylor, your lifestyle and college YouTuber.
And I'm Sylvia, just the sidekick over here.
Not the sidekick. Don't forget to give me a big thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. And subscribe, the button below. Smash that if you want more content, okay? I don't know if y'all like me. Y'all gotta let me know that y'all are feeling what I'm putting down by subscribing. All right? Bye.